WSBA Morning News with Gary Sutton. We're at 7:18 on a Friday morning, 1 week away from the big give. 24 hours of giving here in York, courtesy of GiveLocalYork.org. All the various nonprofits that you can help out who are on that list, go to GiveLocalYork.org. And for 24 hours, starting next Friday, you can donate to give to your local charity or nonprofit. And one of those this morning is On Common Ground, Healing from the Inside Out. And with us to tell us more about On Common Ground is Tracy Young. Good morning, Tracy. How are you?
Gary, I'm doing great on this rainy day.
Yeah, I mean, it could look a little nicer outside, but, we're fuzzy and warm in here,
too.
Tracy. Yeah, I got you, buddy. Hey, tell us a little bit about On Common Ground. We've got so many wonderful nonprofits, and here's yet another one that's doing great work for people.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Gary, for the opportunity. My wife and I started On Common Ground. It's a 501c3 nonprofit. We started about 4 or 5 years ago. And basically, my wife and I are both veterans. We're both in recovery. And we've worked in the mental health field here in York for the past 30 years. So we wanted to put all that experience, personal and professional experience, into a nonprofit. So we started On Common Ground. And really what we do is we facilitate recovery from addiction. And how we do that is we offer research-based experiential programs. And the two modalities that we use drumming and rhythm exercises. We also use equine-assisted psychotherapy, where we use horses as a tool for healing. So that's kind of what we do. The folks that we help here in York, or we go into the schools. We have a program. It's called Rhythm to Recovery, and we go into schools and we do drum circles. Go to the prison. I have a program that I started out at the prison. Been out there for about a year. It's called Rhythm to Recovery, and I work with specifically the Veteran Pod. We also are mentors in the Veterans Wellness Court. So we have a heart to help veterans, specifically that are dealing with addiction. And, we work with mental health organizations like NAMI, as well as doing community activities.
Mm-hmm. Now, first of all, thank you to you and your wife for your service to the country. That's important for all of us to say thank you. And the other part, people say like a drumming circle and so forth. For people that don't understand or haven't heard of that before, how does that work, in terms of things like that? You'd say, well, how's that helping them? And take us inside that, if you would.
Well, the drumming circle, before I got involved in it, I thought of hippies and I thought of Native Americans. And I am neither of those. So I thought, what is this about? But Gary, until I participated in one, I really didn't understand the power of it. It's something that, it's hard to grasp the concept of it, but it's research-based, and there's scientific proof of the healing of the mind, body, spirit. And so basically what we do is, you've seen drum circles where you circle up the wagons, everybody has a drum or a percussion, and it creates a sense of community, and we'll, like in some of the curriculum that we do in the schools and the prison, we might just say, we'll throw out we'll say, let's talk about the subject of surrender. So the topic is surrender. So we'll go around and everybody takes a turn, and instead of speaking about it, they drum about it. And it's in the drumming that people feel more open to share about it. And it's really wild stuff. And that's the therapeutic piece of it. Then there's the community piece, like drum circles we've done at the YMCA and at the African Festival and the 10,000 Acts of Kindness and all the other community events that we're involved in. We just circle everything up, and people are having fun, and it's a really fun way to connect with one another.
Sounds like you're finding some common ground there to communicate in a different, unusual way with the equine therapy and also the drum circles and other things as well. It's called On Common Ground, Healing from the Inside Out, and their cause, health and wellness, substance abuse prevention, and helping veterans. And, about 45 seconds left here, Tracy. What would that money next week mean for you? What do you use that toward then?
Well, we're a small nonprofit, and so obviously, my wife is a full-time behavior specialist for the city schools, and I've been kind of going at this, trying to make this a full-time gig. And one of the things is if folks wanted to get involved with helping to sponsor the program out to prison, for example. We have a heart for the reentry program. We're part of the Reentry Coalition. So the monies would go towards supporting the programs out there. And also I want to put out there that right now we're using our personal vehicle to transport these 100 drums to these different events. So we're taking different trips. So, we're in need of a pickup truck and an enclosed trailer that we can keep all of our drums and instruments in. It just makes it more practical and more efficient for us to do these events.
Tracy, some really good stuff going on there. It sounds like On Common Ground, part of the Give Local York Big Give next Friday. Keep On Common Ground in your mind, and you can check them out, by the way, at givelocalyork.org, and then just go ahead and search On Common Ground. Tracy, really appreciate what you're doing. Thanks again for your service, not only to the country, but what you're serving in the community now, and we wish you the very best next Friday.
Amen. Thank you, Gary, for the opportunity to talk about it.
Take care, my friend. We appreciate it.